A huge black panther lay in a lush tree, his only movement the flickering of his eyes back and forth, searching for anything that would disturb this otherwise quiet night. The leaves of the tree covered his heavy coat. Only his yellow eyes glowed through the leaves. They saw him, and he knew it. Then he heard it. A crunching of a leaf, a pause, then the crunching again. This pattern continued as the not-so-silent footsteps got closer. He stiffened. His tail flew up, making him ready to leap into action if necessary. That flick of his tail hit a leaf that, moments before, had been hovering above his still tail. The crunching grew faster and faster. The panther knew he only had a few seconds to run, but he stood his ground. The crunching sounded like one long crunch as it quickened, bringing despair into the panther's heart. He closed his eyes and waited for the crunching to stop and the pain to begin. The crunching stopped, but he heard nothing. He dared to open his eyes and look down. There, one of them, no older than he was, about 20 years old. The boy smiled. The panther looked at the boy's red cloak waving in the wind, his heart filled with relief thinking this boy would spare him. But he forgot to look down at the boy's silver hobo gloves. They had a metal band with 3 long silver blades attached to it. They shined, for they were as sharp as they could get. When the panther saw them, it was too late. The boy started climbing up the tree. The panther recoiled in shock. The boy grinned. The panther snapped some sense into himself. "How could you be so foolish?" he thought. "Why would a catcher help someone like me?" He looked at the catcher and growled, pouncing on him. He hooked his claws into the catcher's hands, hoping to render the blades useless. It didn't work. The boy, who looked as if the panther knew him from school, dug his blades into the panther's sides. It just skimmed him, but it stung. The panther cried out in pain and leapt off of the catcher, running into the forest.